Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Mercedes C-Class W204 car. Unfortunately, users of this brand's cars who switched to new models in the late 90s did not hide their disappointment. The cars were no longer as reliable as their predecessors. Current Mercedes have improved, although the company still has spectacular failures. The number of engines in the Mercedes C-Class has always been mind-boggling for potential customers. The vast majority of them, however, mainly choose the 2.1-liter diesel. This is a very modern and quite successful design, although in the early production models there were problems with the injection system, specifically with the injectors themselves. The engine could even stall while driving. Fortunately, the Germans, in their concern for their customers, carried out a service campaign and replaced the faulty elements with new ones. The second drawback of the 4-cylinder diesel unit is the timing chain, which is located at the rear of the engine, which significantly increases the cost of any replacement. Cars with higher mileage also require the replacement of the dual-mass flywheel and clutch. More demanding customers will probably choose the 3-liter diesel. Unfortunately, there are many models on the market with huge mileage, which results in engine equipment failures. The petrol versions C180 compressor and C200 compressor are just as popular as the 2.1-liter diesel. Unfortunately, the M271 engine caused many problems with the compressor and the timing chain that jumped. There were also cases of increased engine oil consumption and leaks from under the valve cover. Fortunately, in CGI units, the compressor has been replaced with a less problematic turbocharger, and so far there have been no problems with the timing. However, there is another catch. CGI engines are equipped with direct fuel injection, which in the long run may result in problems with carbon deposits. In turn, larger petrol engines are equipped with faulty gears on the balance shafts, in which the teeth break or wear out. Eliminating such a failure costs over €700. Before buying a W204, be sure to check with the authorized service center whether the problem concerns the model you have chosen. In the Mercedes C-Class W204, drive can be transferred to the rear wheels or permanently to all 4 wheels. Only applies to 4MATIC versions. There are 3 transmissions on offer: 5 or 7-speed automatic and 6-speed manual. The suspension of the German premium sedan is equipped with multi-link systems, both at the front and at the rear. Thanks to this, ride comfort and handling properties are at a high level. As befits a Mercedes, the car provides the highest level of safety. It received 5 stars in the Euro NCAP crash tests. Mercedes cars used to be known for their above-average durability, but today they cause problems that even W124 or 190 W201 owners would never have dreamed of. One such fault is the first and second gear synchronizers in the manual gearbox, which are susceptible to damage. It starts innocently with a distinct hesitation when engaging gears. In turn, in cars with automatic transmissions, transmission oil leaks occur. The steering gear is also not very durable. Sooner or later, it will have to be rebuilt. The capricious power steering pump is another weak point of this model. Before buying, be sure to check the condition of the gearbox and engine mounts. It is also worth checking the drive shaft support. If the gear lever shakes while driving, then most likely one of the above-mentioned components has been damaged. The lambda probe and thermostat can also be faulty. The 7-speed automatic transmission combined with the 3-liter diesel engine with huge maximum torque means problems with hydraulic valves and the torque converter. The steering lock module, ELV, is also unreliable. As you can probably guess, in diesel cars with a particulate filter that have been used in the city, it may already require replacement. The pressure sensor in the air conditioning condenser can also be capricious, which results in the fan turning on when the engine is cold. Among the minor inconveniences, it is worth mentioning the leaking lines connected to the windshield washer fluid reservoir. The Mercedes C-Class is a car that needs no introduction. Comfortable, fast, luxurious, offering rich equipment, good quality interior finish, and prestige. In the 90s, reliability could be added to the list of advantages of the equivalent of this model 190 W201. Unfortunately, it is not as rosy as it used to be, but on the other hand, it is not as bad as it was at the beginning of the previous decade. However, when something breaks down, you will have to pay, and pay dearly. In addition to the costly repairs, the car has another significant flaw. It uses more fuel than the optimistic calculations of the onboard computer indicate. However, it is important to remember that even these can have minor collisions or even serious accidents. Many cars are repaired using original parts from other cars. In such cases, a paint sensor will not be of much use. A thorough inspection of the car by a trusted mechanic is essential, and checking the body geometry is a must. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.